Well, today on the channel, you're going to get something that you're really going to enjoy, and that is me not doing all the talking the whole time. We're going to let some other people do the talk out there, and that is we're going to have interview with a trail maintainer, those heroes out there of the trail who right now are just doing incredible work to get us back on the trail. We're going to hear from one of our own in the community who was devastated in the damage from Hurricane Helene and lost almost everything, and then we're going to hear from a hostel owner who almost got completely wiped out, or a hostel caretaker representing the owner who almost got completely wiped out, but they're planning on coming back bigger and better than ever. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First up, we've got Tie-Dye. So Tie-Dye is a trail maintainer with the Tennessee Eastman Hiking and Canoeing Club. And he is also going to be a 2025 thru hiker. So that is awesome. He sent this in to me actually a couple weeks ago, but the information is still very relevant. Not only that, but his perspective obviously is still very relevant. So let's go ahead and hear what Tie-Dye's got to say.
Greetings, Ramdino. My trail name is Tie-Dye, and I am planning a 2025 Appalachian Trail. I'm still planning the 2025 Appalachian Trail thru hike, but I'm also a trail maintainer in probably one of the hardest hit areas of Hurricane Helene. I'm a member of the Tennessee Eastman Hiking Club, and we're responsible for about 133 miles of the trail from Spivey Gap, which is just south of Irwin, to the Tennessee-Virginia line right before you get into Damascus. We've recently been given the green light by the Cherokee National Forest Service to start working on the trail. Don't know about the Pisgah. We haven't heard anything from the Pisgah. We're not allowed in the Pisgah National Forest yet. There's about a 40-mile segment where the trail weaves in and out of the Pisgah and Cherokee National Forest. So I have not seen any of the trail on the Pisgah side. On the Cherokee side, I've seen areas where no problem, looks like nothing happened, and then there are areas that looks like a bomb went off. From what I can tell, anything above 3,000 feet, and then especially the east-facing slopes, got really hard hit. Some of those east-facing slopes, it looks like they've been logged. All the trees are down. It's like the hand of God came through. I guess it did, and just knocked all the trees down. So, like I said, we've recently been given the green light to start doing work. We have two primary focuses. Number one, there's 2 shelters we need to stabilize before winter, so we've got to get that work complete. The Laurel Fork Falls shelter, which burned this summer, and we need to do some work to make sure there's no more damage to it, so we can finish repairing it next summer. And then the Roan High Knob shelter is rotting. The bottom logs are rotting, and we need to stabilize that for the winter. So that's one of our priorities, and the other priority is to punch through on the trail. We're not trying to clean it to our normal standards. We're just trying to punch through. And so I've been to 3 areas so far. Up on Roan Mountain at the High Knob shelter. The trail itself, lots of blowdowns, but generally passable. The Blue Blaze up to the shelter, and it's closed, so you shouldn't go up there anyway, but the Blue Blaze up there is impassable. We couldn't find the trail. We had to bushwhack our way up to the shelter. The other place I've been earlier this week was at Iron Mountain Gap, and that it's just amazing how bad that is. I would call it impassable. I assume there's probably some hikers that could probably get through that, but not many, and it would take you a long time. We had a crew of about 10 and multiple sawyers, and only made it about a quarter mile, and we worked all day hard. It's not just 1 or 2 blowdowns that you're clearing. It's a pile of multiple blowdowns, all mixed with small and medium-sized trees and brush, and there's blowdowns above it and blowdowns below it, and all kinds of root balls, and a very steep terrain. It's really challenging work. The other area I'm aware of is from Doll Flats down to 19E. I haven't hiked it, but I've been told that area's clear, which is good. The bridge there at 19E coming off of Doll Flats was washed away, but you can get through the creek there. The bridge on the other side is intact, and so we were very happy to see that. The Forest Service has cleared 19E to Kemble Hollow Road. That's about a 3 or 4 mile segment, and thank goodness, because I didn't actually count the blowdowns, but there must have been 200 blowdowns in that segment, and these were big trees too, and lots of big root balls. And look, just a really nasty section of trail. I'm really thankful they cleared that. And then I've been working with a team of 4. I'm not certified to cut. I'm a swamper, so a team of 4 of us with some certified sawers. I swamp, which means I carry stuff. I clear brush out of the way as the sawyers cut it, logs out of the way, and then also provide some degree of observation to make sure things weren't collapsing on the sawyers, and make sure it's a safe environment. We were a crew of 4 of us just on Thursday, went about a half a mile, cutting 55 blowdowns, clearing all kinds of nasty entanglements, and still leaving about 18 step overs. So like I said, we're trying to punch through, not clear it and clean it to our normal standards. So in that half a mile segment, there's just about 18 step overs that we left. Now, some of them a little bit more than a step over. If you've got short legs like me, you're probably going to get your pants dirty. But it's definitely passable for most people in the section, and we'll keep knocking off chunks of this until we're done. So what we've started doing is working a Tuesday, Thursday week every week, and then a Saturday, second Saturday and fourth Saturday of every month. We would love to have some help. And if you're interested in helping us, please contact Joe Morris. His email address is mcmorris18@gmail.com. Maybe Ramdino can put a link in the notes to that address. jcmorris18@gmail.com. We'd love to have some help. We're going to keep working until we punch through. And then we've got enough root balls and other things to work on for probably 4 or 5 years. The damage is just amazing. I will leave hikers with a silver lining. So the east facing slopes were just completely blown down. And what I've seen from some of these east facing slopes is that there's now opening up huge, beautiful new views. So once the Forest Service opens these sections up and we can actually hike them, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at some of the views you're going to see that other hikers haven't seen before. So again, we could use some help. Give Joe a call or send him an email. And Ramdino, thank you very much for all the support to the hiking community.
Thanks, Tie-Dye, for sending that in. That's incredible, the work that you trail maintainers are doing out there. I mean, we couldn't do without you to begin with, even before the storm. And right now, y'all are just doing such incredible work out there with your blood, sweat, and tears. And I know you're sweating, and some of you probably are crying, because it is very dangerous work out there. But you've got trees stacked on top of trees, and you don't know which one is causing tension on another one, and when the next time you saw it, something's going to spring loose. So you have really got to have your head on a swivel, be careful out there. And then there is all kind of volunteer opportunities out there for people in all these hiking clubs that were affected, and it's mainly the TEHCC, the CMC, which is Carolina Mountain Club, and then also I think there's a different club up in Roan Mountain. Can't remember the name for it, but in any case, I'm going to put all those links down below, and the email that Tie-Dye told us about there, Joe, I'll put his email down below as well, and then links to all those hiking clubs. And hopefully you can go there and sign up and go out and do some volunteer work. I'm planning on doing that. I'm taking some time off at the end of next week, and I'm going to go out there and be a swamper. I'm not certified sawyer. I'm not a certified swamper, but I'm going to go out there and tote stuff for them, and whatever they need me to do, I'm going to do it and get back out there and give back to the community. Next up, we got Cindy, and Cindy responded to me from my free offer of some Element drink mix and a giveaway that I'm still doing right now, and it's not too late to get involved in that, but we'll hear from Cindy, and then we'll hear from that hostel owner. Well, a few videos ago, I had offered to give y'all a free sample pack of Element Drink Mix, a 30 count, and that includes a sample of some of their chocolate flavors that they've got out there right now during this season. And all you had to do was send me in a 30-second video of your experience with Element and why you liked it and what advantages were for you. Or if you didn't have an experience with Element Drink Mix, just to send me why you wanted one. And if I used your video, I'll include you and I'll send you this free sample pack. And Cindy was kind enough to do that. Go ahead, Cindy, tell us all about it.
Hey Ramdino, Cindy here. I actually have my Katahdin shirt on. I am sitting in my house in Tampa, Florida, where I was flooded. I have had to strip my walls, most of my furniture and belongings to 20 inches of water with Hurricane Helene. I have tried Element once. I tried the watermelon flavor and enjoyed it. There's my dog, Noah. Why do I feel like I could use some Element? This has been a daunting experience, and staying hydrated has certainly been an issue. So that would give me more motivation to get some Element in me. Anyway, just showing you my crazy life right now. Thanks for putting this out there. Talk to you later. Bye.
Well, Cindy, I am so sorry to hear that you have gone through such a devastating blow down there. And us here in Western North Carolina can relate just a little bit to that. But I'm sure that with Element Drink Mix having 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, it's going to help you out with your electrolytes down there and maybe just give you some additional spurt of energy to get you in the mood to work on some things there around the house. I know that's such a devastating blow to lose everything, and I am so sorry about that. But hopefully you'll get yourself back in short order. Hopefully you're getting all the food that you need down there. And Element Drink Mix, it goes along with any type of diet that you may be having down there, whether it be paleo or vegetarian, meat eater or non-meat eater. It's going to go with all that. And for you folks out there that would like to get some Element Drink Mix, you can go to drinkelement.com/Ramdino, and Element will send you with any order a free sample pack of all their flavors. Go to drinkelement.com/Ramdino and get you some of that. And then after you've tried it, send in your video to get some more free from me. Go and get you some. Thanks a lot for sending that in, Cindy. And like I said, you've got Element Drink Mix coming your way. And I'm just so sorry again for everything that you're going through. And just know that we're thinking for you. And those of us that pray, we're praying for you. And just hoping that things are going to get back to normal as soon as possible. And please keep us posted on how things are going. Now, let's hear from Thru over at Uncle Johnny's there in Erwin, Tennessee. So, Thru is a caretaker there at Uncle Johnny's. He's been a caretaker since before Cheetah, who's the new owner, and I think he's owned it for about 2 years. But before that, he bought it from Charlotte, and so Thru has been there through the Charlotte years. And so he is now working with Cheetah and caretaking and looking after that place and doing what he needs to do to keep things running around there. And, of course, everything was hunky-dory, and then Helene came through. And not only did it take out the bridge there at Chestoa, right there in front of Uncle Johnny's, but it, of course, came up and did substantial damage to Uncle Johnny's. So, Thru, go ahead and talk to us.
All right, we are obviously at Uncle Johnny's. So this is Uncle Johnny's post Helene. I came through here, it's probably been 2 years ago when I came through here on my section. So I'm here with Thru, and Thru dates back to the days of Charlotte. Well, you don't go all the way back to Uncle Johnny, do you?
Just after.
Just after.
Yes, sir.
And Terry is the new owner. He's owned it since 22, right?
Yes, sir.
So we came through, and obviously the bridge got wiped out, and you've seen that in all kind of videos before, and they've just got tremendous amount of damage. I won't say the bridge got wiped out. I'll say it got relocated, and there it is, and it's of no use to anybody over there. So Drew, let's talk about what kind of damages we had and what the plans are.
All right, so
And you can walk around and show it to us, or however you want to. However you want to do it.
we can kind of cruise around a little bit. Start up here. When the bridge gave, a bunch of driftwood, I'm sure y'all seen pictures, came flooding up here. I think what saved the store from actually washing away was the driftwood piled up on the porch. Bunkhouse got completely washed out and ruined. The store got washed out and ruined. We're working on this winter. We're going to be tearing that down, and we're going to have big plans for a new store, a bigger bunkhouse than we had before, maybe a few rooms mixed in, but they're going to hold me to that with connected to the store here. But we're planning on just building it up a little better than it was before. And I also want to say I really appreciate everybody that has helped out with the GoFundMe and all the people that in the weeks following the flood came down and helped us like just clear this place out and get it to where it is now. So if we want, we can kind of go cruise around back. But we're planning on being up and running for the 2025 season. We're going to do all we can this winter, and we've already got some plans with contractors just to kind of build everything back up.
So when does the bubble come through here? It gets through here in April?
So, you know, usually around in March, we're starting to get about a dozen people coming through, and it slowly builds up from there. April, May-ish is about the time when we really start getting hit pretty good. And by then, we're hoping to be up and running full as we can. But here's the old bunkhouse. We scraped all the mud out of it, but I mean, it was pretty crazy. All the bunks were on their sides, back rooms all, I don't know if you can see it in here, but yeah, back in the room, that floor's sunk in there. Thing I'm gonna miss the most is this old wood stove here.
Well, now that thing's made out of iron. Looks like it'll still be good.
I'm trying to figure out where I can put it because I thoroughly enjoyed splitting wood for that thing and keeping the hikers warm in here. Come on, Burgle.
So how much has if you're going to be open for 25, you're going to be at reduced capacity, you think?
Well, I don't want to say we will yet. We're pretty optimistic about being pretty full capacity.
Which is that? Typically, how many is that for y'all at full capacity?
It depends. It's so tricky because we always had so many people coming through. Contractors, and we have to worry about how many people we're allowed to have here, but talking with the contractors, we're hoping to be able to even house 40 or 50 hikers at a time.
Awesome.
That's a very high optimistic number.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we could do that, that'd be really cool.
Yep, yeah, it would.
So here, all these trees, they just blew down, and we've got this cleared up, but pretty crazy.
How high did the water get, like back here on the...
It came back up in here and kind of stopped along this bank, so it didn't get any higher than this bank, but it came barreling on through here under the bathhouse.
Was it just ponding, or was it flowing through here?
It rose for just a little bit and washed everything up in here, and then it went back down kind of fairly quickly, at least down to the riverbank.
So it wasn't just bowling through here like a river.
No, and I think, like I said, like that porch there with all the driftwood kind of was helping to push everything back around it. But yeah, we're gonna so this basically everything, old cabin J, the bunkhouse, cabin A here, the store, this all got water damage to the point of needing torn down. And that's going to be our main focus, as far as I know off the bat, is we're going to focus on getting a new store with a new outfitter going and having the bunkhouse. We do have a few cabins that didn't get damaged enough to get torn down that we're still going to have going. And we're hoping to have more cabins. We've got all kinds of big plans. I don't want to say too much about it without it actually happening yet, but...
Well, these are all plans for the future, whether they happen in 25 or not. Yep. This is some improvements you're going to be making over the next couple of years as you recover and rebuild and get bigger. And everybody that seems to be the theme amongst everybody in Damascus and Hot Springs is we're coming back bigger and better.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting. There was things that almost needed, you know, to be repaired or, you know, built better and built new. And so it was kind of like, it's a good time to do it. I'm really glad, if anything, that this happened now instead of northbound season. Would have been just pretty heartbreaking, because I don't know if would have been able to come back from it. But
now right now you're not subos are not staying here at all.
No, and you know, I haven't really seen any. If any come down through here and need a ride around and I'm around, I can do it. But right now, while we're getting ready to have the contractors, we're technically closed. Our outfitters is still open in town. The Irwin Outdoors should still be open. And I know Steve with Unicoi Shuttles, he's still running shuttles.
Yep.
G-Man might help a little bit here and there, but if people make it down into Irwin, I mean, we'll figure it out, get you around, get you into town or something.
And what are you hearing about the trail up here, trail south of you?
I know that from Spivey to us is clear.
It's clear, okay.
And I'm not 100% sure if, I've heard that there was a lot of blowdowns in between Sam's Gap and Spivey.
What about Sam's, the Devil's Fork?
I think from there out, I don't want to say for sure, but I've heard that it's not as bad.
Okay.
It's really, once you get going, like north of here, is where all the real problems are. But I think they're really working hard on getting that cleaned up. And even like, so north of here, like I know Beauty Spot down is definitely clear. And from there, I'm not too sure because I haven't talked to too many people about it.
Unicoi Mountains up on his trail north of Beauty Spot, right?
Yep.
So
yes,
I know there's this gorgeous spruce forest up there. I wonder how that did.
Yeah, I hope it's still there. We had you know, that's another thing that's kind of sad about the river here. We had all these beautiful sycamores, and there was a hemlock forest right up river there. And, you know, it's pretty crazy how devastating that water just wiped everything out. But, I mean, it's just going to be a fresh start. We're positive, and, you know, we're just going to do our best to make it better than it was before. We're going to be around.
That's all you can do is look forward and look ahead and be positive about it. Doesn't help to look back and poor me. Nope. You got to drive forward.
Yep. That's
well,
right.
Drew, listen, I appreciate you talking to me. Sorry Terry couldn't be here, but thanks a lot for sharing with us.
So one of the things I want you to catch out of that was that Drew talked about all the foundation damage that they had there to the store in the main bunkhouse, which is kind of a conglomeration of rooms and stuff. And so all that's interconnected. And so he indicated that they were going to have to be torn down and rebuilt. So that is a huge undertaking. That is the major portion of that complex there that's going to have to be taken down. They've already had to remove some cabins, and so they're not going to have a lot left other than the bathhouse and some cabins out back. So that's a huge undertaking there, and it's going to take them some time to do that. My hat's off to them for trying to get it back together by 2025 hikers coming through. And you know, best of luck to you doing that. Hope they get the contractors in there and get started right away, because they'll be here before you know it. Now it's going to take us some time to get to Irwin, even those that start in January, as he said, not going to get up there till March or April. It's typically when the bubble gets up there to Irwin, but still, that's a short amount of time to rebuild pretty much the majority of that complex there. But that seems to be the theme of everybody I've talked to, from Damascus to Hot Springs, now to Irwin, is that we're coming back. We're coming back bigger and better than ever. So everybody is concerned about getting back for 25. Obviously, that's an economic impact for them. But not only that, they do what they do to service the hiker community. I don't know of any hostel that has ever been this huge windfall that people just making a fortune at a hostel hand over fist. I don't think that's how hostels work. There's too many of them that kind of come and go. So those that stay are ones that really care about the hiker community, and that's why they do it. And so hopefully they'll get all that back together. Hopefully the trail maintainers will be safe out there, and things are going to keep progressing, and I'll be dropping another video on the progress that's taking place out there on the trail right now. And there's a substantial amount of progress, but with hundreds of thousands of acres of trees down, there's a substantial amount that needs to go. The trail maintainers doing that, and then folks just picking themselves up and knowing that there's going to be better days in front of them. And right now they just got to live a crazy life and get through it, but they will get through it. You know, that theme of we're coming back and we're down, but we're not out. We're picking ourselves back up, and we're going to make things happen, not only for ourselves, but for the community out there. I think that's just awesome. And I am looking forward to, as Thru said, it's all going to be new, and we've got new days ahead of us. Head on over here to this link right here. They got a playlist there if you haven't seen the devastation in the towns and how the towns are talking about coming back and what their plans are doing. So we've got several videos over there that I think you'll like. Folks, that's all I've got for this video. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.